What's up, everybody? It's Vicious765 here, and today I got another episode of Tekken Mysteries for you guys. Now, this one's going to be closely centered around Prototype Jack. And I know I keep going back to the Tekken 2 characters, but really, this is all that we have until Tekken 7, really. I'm just trying to clear the air out between all the characters that I think there's a mystery around. Now, Prototype Jack, there's a mystery around him because Prototype Jack, well, let's give you a little bit of a history lesson first. So, Prototype Jack is the original Jack before the production model was released. So, he is the original, like, blueprint for Jack. And in Tekken 1, he was very mechanical. You see, Jack was originally meant to look like, he was meant to be an android more than a robot. And an android, the difference between an android and a robot is a robot's a robot. An android is a robot made to look and have similar appearances and mannerisms as a human. So, and a cyborg is what Brian is, part robot, part human, la. Anyway, moving forward. So, Prototype Jack, he is more of a robot than anything. He's kind of an android because he has like a human face, but the first Prototype Jack was mostly a robot, and he was stronger than the original Jack. Yes, he was stronger than the original Jack, but he lost to the original Jack because of the Jack's fighting ability, oddly enough. And what happened to Prototype Jack was he basically was thinking that he needed to be like refit. I guess he was thinking, I got this from Tekkenpedia, so forgive me, like the refit part. But he was complaining that he needed to be remodeled and all this stuff. And Dr. Boskanovich, Kazuya got Dr. Boskanovich in there, and he remodeled Prototype Jack and put sunglasses on him so he felt like he was complete and took his voice box out. Now, here's my thing that I thought was kind of weird, because Jack 2 had came out in Tekken 2, right? So this is like where we start the whole next Jack thing. Now, Prototype Jack being the original robot, he is kind of odd that they gave him the ability to fly. Like, so basically this Prototype Jack must have been remodeled after Jack 2 was put into production, correct? Because Jack 2 can't fly, but Prototype Jack can. I always thought that was odd until, I actually read up on Prototype Jack's history. Now, he was remodeled in hopes of actually defeating Jack 2 in King of Iron Fist Tournament 2. I don't think that was actually the case of what happened. I think that Jack's ending was the original thing. What happened because Jack was annihilated by a laser from outer space by Dr. Abel, I believe. And Prototype Jack, I don't know if he won or lost. That'd be something I had to research, a little bit more deeply. But say he did win, what happened to him after that? And say he lost, obviously he must have been torn to shreds. And, he had, nobody probably, cared about repairing him or anything. But wouldn't it seem like such a waste to actually not do anything with him? It actually kind of reminds me of how Kunimitsu is actually kind of good with mechanics, and she can repair like an air conditioner or something like that, or a refrigerator or something. And I seen, like, I don't know if it's fan art or actually part of a comic like Tekken Forever, but I seen Kunimitsu riding on top of Prototype Jack's shoulder, which that's kind of odd, isn't it, that they would include that, or that would be floating around on the internet, but nobody's capitalized on that, little bit of information or lore. But Prototype Jack, let's say that he won, or let's say that they never even fought in the tournament. Let's say Prototype Jack actually became like very accident prone. He was an accident prone robot. He was definitely a robot because Prototype Jack was all metal. There was nothing human about him. He was a robot. He was made to look like a human, yes, but he was basically all metal. Like, Metal Sonic is still a Metal Sonic, he's not an android Sonic. Well, I guess that's not human anyway, but, continuing on, what could have happened to this Jack? I think he's an important part of Tekken's history, considering he is the first Jack. He wasn't a prototype of Gun Jack in Tekken 2. He was still the first Jack. He was just remodeled, which is, I think that's pretty cool, because the first Jack, I think he's gone. He was gone by that time. Jack 2 is in there. Jack 2, I don't know if he had the memories of Jack 1, but, that would be something else to research. But what exactly happened to Prototype Jack, and did he keep getting upgraded? Probably not, because in Tekken Tag 2, they show him with the same old look. Now, he still gained some moves. He gained the move to, shoot his arms, which that was a move that was pioneered by Gunjack and nobody else. But it kind of makes me wonder, because he was created by what was it? Because Jack was created by Boskanovich, I believe. Let me just make sure of that. Anyway, I believe they might have both been created by Boskanovich. Well, yeah, he was refitted by Boskanovich. He was remixed by him. So, what exactly could have happened to him? Like, could he come back later on in the series? Could he have some false memories? Like, because he was implanted with false memories, could he have some new memories to, actually refit himself and take revenge on, like, whatever destroyed him? Because we can see that, in Tekken Tag 2's ending, also in fucking Tekken 2's ending, that, Jack, he seems to have a little bit of, a little bit of intelligence around him. Like, he can actually put stuff together. Not well, but, there's always something wrong with him. Like, in Tekken 1, he had a drill on his hand and a clamp for the other hand. Now, that made sense, but it just was kind of crazy how he kept spinning his hand and, slapping his hand that was spinning on Tekken 2. I just think he's a faulty piece of equipment, but I think that he could come back in a couple of ways. But, I mean, that's just me. Like, it might not be in Tekken 7, obviously, but he's the original Jack. You gotta respect that. Anyway, tell me what you guys think. Do you think he's still around, or do you think he just got utterly destroyed?